to the farm. I just passed by the Agrovet shop to take a few herbicides so that I go and drop them at the farm. Yeah, so and also check on the farm. We have onions in 2 acres, not really big, but yeah, we have onions in 2 acres. I have 2 farm workers, farm hands, a lady and a gentleman, and they are doing well. So the onions I had not shown you before when we started, because that time I had not started shooting or taking any videos, though I have a few photos. Yeah, but the onions are doing quite well. Yes, and today I'm going to the farm because I have not been at the farm for maybe a whole week. And today I decided, let me go take the herbicides and fertilizers so that they can be able to put it and spray and do the dressing. And then I'll also check on how they are doing. Yeah, so I'm on my way to the farm. It's about 8 to 10 kilometers from my house, so it's a short drive. Yeah, and the road is good, so in a short while I will be there. I also understand that there is a water tank that we had put raised up. We had put also on some tower. So this tower was metallic. So I understand yesterday one of the farmhands tells me that it came down at night. It came down crumbling down, so it fell and it broke. So I want to go and check what really happened. I'm guessing it was poor workmanship. We were putting up a tower for water. That is extra, or like extra water, because the farm has one tank which is 8,000 capacity. So we wanted to put an extra one so that we can get extra water, and so that when we are doing the irrigation, because we do irrigation, so that it is enough. Because now the 8,000 liters at night, because we normally the farm hands, we normally put water during the evening from 5. Why? Because the place is a bit warm, the weather is really hot, so we put in the evening so that water does not evaporate before the crop absorbs what it needs. Yes, so that is why we put water at night. I'm almost there. You can see there are some cows crossing. Yeah. Talking about the water tanks. So these water tanks are supposed to serve as reservoirs and extra water storage, so that when we are doing the watering in the night, in the evening from 5, it can take less time. Because our farmhand tells me that when she starts in the evening at around 5 to put the irrigation, it ends up at around 9 in the night. It goes into the night because she has to do portions by portions. So that means this water tank is not enough, the 8,000. So that's why we decided to put an extra tank, actually 2 tanks for 10,000 liters each, so that we can have extra water, and so that even watering can be done at a faster. It can take shorter time than how it was before. Yeah, so I'm going there to check on what happened, because I understand the tower came down, and even one of the tanks that were new that we had already put up there broke down. So it's quite a loss. It's really sad. Yeah, but I think it is poor workmanship, and whatever needs to be corrected will be corrected. Yeah, so we have 2 farms. One farm is here. So this farm is just a small land that was not being utilized, that is near the road. When you look at up there, it have just branched. So the main road is just there. If you look properly, you'll see the main road. Yeah, so this is our farm that has maize, and this farm was not being utilized. So what I did the tilling, and after I thought, let us do maize, because there was rain and the maize are really doing quite well. Yeah, and it is not far from the other farm, because this other farm is there. It's not a long stretch from the main road. It's around 500 meters from the main road. Yeah, so it's a Karaf road, so that is where the onion farm is. I'm going there to check on what happened yesterday, and also I have not been there for like 2 weeks. No, 1 week. Yeah, so I want to go and find out what happened, and I also see how the onions are doing. Yeah, and I also check on a few things at the farm, and also drop the herbicides and the fertilizers that are supposed to be put. We're supposed to do dressing today, or I mean this week. And because the farm hands are only 2, they're going to do the dressing fertilizers the whole of this week. Yeah, so but the herbicides they're going to put in the evening. Why do we put in the evening? We put in the evening because it is not hot, number 1. Number 2, because we normally do the irrigation in the evening, so once they spray the herbicides, then they are able to open the water and do irrigation, so it absorbs well through, like on the soil. The soil is well watered, and the crop also gets enough water after the pesticide or the herbicide has been sprayed. Also, if there's foliar or there's fertilizer, once the fertilizer has been dressed, the crops have been dressed, then it is good for the water to get irrigated at that time, so that absorption can be quick, and that is the best way to do it. I'm not a specialist, but I know that is what happens. So I'm almost at the farm. It's quite like a short distance from the main road. Yeah, and so this is the place here. There's a gate here. There's a small gate here, so that is where the farm is. It's quite dusty. Yeah, guys, we normally do drip irrigation. For those people who don't know, drip irrigation is, I will show you in a short while. Yeah, so this is the farm. And yeah, so guys, let's go in. At the trunk of my car, I had carried the fertilizers and the herbicides, as I had mentioned before. So you guys, if anyone is trying to, or you intend to do farming, this is very important. Herbicides and fertilizers are not cheap. So here comes the onion farm. We have segmented the farm into blocks, and these blocks consist of beds. At the far end, there is a tank there, which is 8,000 liters. And this 8,000 liters cannot serve this farm, since it is 2 acres, and it's never been easy to do the irrigation. We have to start in the evening because of the heat, and the farm hands are finding it very difficult to do it. And that's why we, as I had mentioned earlier, we are adding 2 more tanks. You can see the farm hand at the far end. She's working on clearing the weeds. Yeah, and the farm looks quite neat. It doesn't have weeds, so it's a bit dry, as you can see. but we are hoping the rains will come. However, we have water that we normally do irrigation. So this some onions, I mean there's some cabbages and spinach that I had planted for my home use, but they seem a bit more. Also a bit of tomatoes. Yeah, but I might end up selling a bit because these cabbages are too much for my family to consume. So these are the beds. Yeah, you can see they have, each bed has 3 drip lines. And this part of the farm is a bit dry, and it is normally not very fertile, but yeah, they look good. This other part looks very good. Actually, the onions now look like this. They are in bulbing stage. That was the before. So, and this is the after. Let's go and see the tower that fell. Disaster. So this is a metal tower that fell down, that came down crumbling. It is so sad. It's such a mess. It is such a loss too. This tower was supposed to handle 2 tanks. So one tank is supposed to carry 6,000 liters of water, and the lower part, that is the first level, is supposed to handle now this tank that has already been put. It was put on the wrong level. It was put on the topmost level. There are 2 levels. That's why you can see it came down crumbling, because that particular level cannot handle this kind of a capacity. You can see it actually ripped off. It was ripped off by this metal. Yeah, but if they had put on the first level as what we had agreed, it would have just been okay. And then the other one, when it comes, we put on top. That is on the topmost. Yeah, so we will have just to rectify. But generally the farm is doing well. It is not rainy. Right now it's cold. So we have tomorrow, the farm hands have to work on putting the herbicides. There are herbicides that protect the crops when it is very cold. Yeah, and so generally I can say that we will be harvesting in another month or so, because right now the onions are going through bulbing. Yeah, so guys, I'm hopeful that this batch I'm going to have bumper harvests. The crops are doing quite well, and the farm hands are doing a good job. So yeah, it's been my pleasure. Thank you guys for coming with me to the farm, and I look forward for next visit on the next video. Comment, like, share. See you on the next one. Thank you guys, and God bless you.